I believe it's August 3rd. Let me see if I can get, no, can't get a date on here. I believe it's August 3rd. It's Monday, first Monday of August, 2026. I want to show y'all, this camera isn't that good. It's my tablet camera, so bear with it. This is the first time I've seen this. Not that it's the first time it's been here. It might have been here. I just didn't notice it. This is the first time I've seen this specific flower in the field. And I took a screenshot, did Google image search, and it says, the results say it's wild henna. Sienna. And that makes sense. Sienna Heights. We have a Sienna Heights University in Adrian. Well, just recently closed this year. But maybe the fields were full of sienna. Maybe that's why they called it that. Isn't that a nice flower? Not keen on the leaves, but it's a neat looking flower. Got a little bit going on over there. So it's supposed to be a perennial. Maybe it'll come back. It'll be nice if that would spread instead of all these doggone thistles. And I'm going to do an update, a roundabout update. I wish I would put my hat on, because it is bright here. I'm going to get sunburned. I gave the chickens some cake. Don't come at me. This isn't live because I can't get the internet this far out from the house. We don't have a booster. So I gave the chickens some cake this morning. This is in there, and cucumber. It does look like they took some nibbles from the cucumber. They clearly took some from the cake. I've come to figure out that if I put, that's the compost right there. Oh, that's Bobcat Barker. Yeah, he's like, no, I thought he'd like it. It's buttercream frosting. It's yellow cake, or actually I think it's white. No, it's yellow cake, I think. With buttercream frosting. Somebody gave me that free day before yesterday. Oh, there was a deer that just walked by. Huh. It's hard for me to see what's on the screen because the sun is glowing. But I realized that if I put, I think that's old Taylor. If I put the munchies out there in the morning, the chickens will eventually make their way back there. Sometimes, once or twice during the day. So that's how I'm going to do it. Because trying to call them back there, I couldn't get them back there. I make my kick sound and they wouldn't come. But I did notice them back there periodically. So, just the way it is. I don't know if this is, I think I do. Yup. No. Sorry. I don't think them are them? Because they got fuzzies on them. So I don't think them are, what do you call them now? The monarch worms. I don't think that's them. And I don't ever recall having so many on one plant. Like I said, it's usually only one. That's not them. That's something else, because there's way too many of them. So that's definitely not monarch worms. Yeah, because the monarchs lay a single egg, and you usually won't see more than one egg on milkweed, on a single plant. And what else? Yeah, there definitely wouldn't be that many worms on there. I don't know what that is. So we're going to go down here to my little tree. Let me go down this way first. I think that's the last one. stink. Yep, I don't know if you can see it. It is in there. I decided not to cut, if they're doing well, I decided not to cut the surrounding foliage away from it. As long as I can get in there to water it, which I can, because I'm using a garden hose. Because whatever it's doing, it's working, right? Whatever's happening, it's working. So I'm not going to change it unless I have to. But if it wasn't growing, because I did have one that wasn't growing well, that one way far down there. I think I heard something. And I did have to cut that back. I think it was I wasn't able to water it, or it was choking it out or something because it was so small. So I did cut it back, and it did seem to help a little bit. But the biggest thing, see, look at this. Look at how nice this plant's growing. You have to be here to see how tall this thing is getting and how good it is. How good it's getting. But this thing I planted with soil. You know, the added soil, not the soil from the ground. And that, I believe, is what made the difference. Because all the other ones that it previously, before this, there's Taylor. She's telling you too. She's telling you. This one, this one here, I used almost exclusively the potting soil when filling in the hole, and look at how good it's doing. And so these other ones, I don't think any of them I used all potting soil. If I used any, it was just a little bit. And before this, I used no potting soil. I just used the soil that was in the ground. This I'm calling dead. I remember that was a sassafras tree. I think before I said it was a tulip tree. There is another tree in here somewhere, another tree or two in here somewhere, and I don't know where it is. So it's probably dead because I haven't been able to water it. We did have some times where it was pretty dry, so I did have to. See, I see some milk, and I'm trying to see if I see any worms on it, but I don't. But the worms may be on the lower limbs where I can't get good visual. Because they typically stay on the underside so they don't get eaten by predators. So like overhead birds that eat worms won't be able to see them. But yeah, I did have to water a few times because it just got so dry. There's a moth. Typically moths, when they land with their, they rest with their wings open. Typically, butterflies rest with their wings closed. Typically. There's exceptions, of course. And here's a little tree where I cut back stuff. And it's surviving. I don't know if it's going to make it through the winter. Again, that one, I used no. If I did, it was a very tiny bit of potting soil with that. Next time, I'm just going to use potting soil. Or soil, whatever. Human-made soil. Compost, whatever they sell you. Now, over here, way back here, is the RedBud, PurpleBud. And I noticed the ones that we have right now, they're getting munchied on. I don't know what's munching them, but it's okay, because they're growing very well. They're growing very well. Almost invasively for this. I haven't really had to water them. I mean, I have watered them, but they never looked like they needed it. water them because like it's been so dry. But the plants themselves, the trees themselves, have never looked like they were in need of water. Tulip tree. This is the one I thought I killed from too much water. Look at how big them leaves are. So I'm glad I did water it. This is a shady area, so I do have to be careful because it doesn't dry out as it does way over there where that other little tree that's doing so well is. That's why I'm worried about that little tree there. It doesn't dry out and it might get bogged down. It might get, root mold or whatever, or any sort of condition where the water isn't drying out quick enough. So let's go over here, because I rarely go over here. I did see some milkweed. And Mila, I will talk about the cat now. The chickens, I do believe I still have Dolly. Molly is the one I think I got rid of last year. I think that was the one I got rid of with her chicks. I believe I still have Dolly, if I'm remembering what she looks like. And I'm getting rid of one of the hens, the mother hens, the one with the one chick. I'm going to be getting rid of her. And then the 3 chicks that were with freckles, I'm going to be getting rid of them. She went into the coop a few nights ago. The chicks stayed out of the coop. That's usually how that happens. They typically, from my experience and my setup, they don't follow her into, these are milkweeds, common milkweeds. They typically don't follow her into, though I did have one time the chicks follow the hen into the coop and they all lived happily ever, I guess. That might have been Molly and Dolly's mother, how that happened. But, yeah, so the chicks stayed out. So I put all the chicks together. The hen with the one chick, she seemed to be, they hatched out the same day or a day apart. And so she was ready to get rid of her. She should have been ready to get rid of her chicks anyways. So, yeah, so I'm going to, because I don't want that many. There's something over there. I don't want many chickens. To be honest with you, I would prefer they didn't go broody. I don't see any worms on there. But I don't know how big the worms would be at this point if they hatched out. See, that is a something. Oh, you know what? That's a kitty litter box that I was using as, I think I tried to use it as a birdhouse. Oh, that's okay. I can just stay in there. Doesn't matter. Somebody told me that if you want bees to swarm into a particular thing you made, like a hive or whatever, you just want to set it out and not put bees in there. You just order them and put them in there. You can, your best bet would be to put lemongrass scent in whatever, the box or the plastic bin or whatever you got out there for them to swarm into. Of course, you got to make a hole for them to be able to get in there. Oh, she got her baby. So we are going to leave. I got cats following me. All of a sudden they become interested in what I do. When I'm walking around or I'm out here, they're interested in what I'm doing. Otherwise, they never go to these areas. They rarely go to these areas. Like, they rarely ever go up there. But when I'm up there, they're up there. Another thing, the new cat. Her name, it does appear to be a female. Her name is Kittney Spears. And I will be putting her, I'll have to get her fixed at our local Lenawee Humane Society, they have a spay-neuter, spay-neuter, whatever. I call it spay-neuter release because it's really all you're doing. Program that's lower cost compared to what you pay at a regular vet. And I set the date, I make the prepayment, and here's the gig. If you miss your appointment, it's $25. It used to not be like that. At least that's what they told me before with the first vet. It was like, oh, well, it was strictly for the first vet, the first time many years ago when they first started the spay-neuter release program. It was a different vet, and you didn't have to do all this logging in and signing up for it. You just went there, made your appointment, paid for it, and then came back with your cat on your appointment date. Well, they told me originally with the first vet that they understood that these are wild animals, feral cats that they were dealing with, wild animals, that you couldn't guarantee that you'd be able to come in on that day. So they would not hold it against you. You just have to reschedule the appointment. And it seemed to me that they did not charge any fee. I don't know if I specifically asked, I just can't remember exactly all the rules of it, but it seems this is a PurpleBud RedBud. Look how well it's doing. This is its first year. And I've only had to water this one a few times. It doesn't look like it got much rain. We had rain here, but the ground here looks pretty dry. So I might water it again. Yeah, they said, that it sounded like they might have even said there was going to be no, you didn't lose your money on it, you weren't charged a fee for not showing up, and you just called in and rescheduled. But this one, they said they charge a $25 fee for not showing up. So you've got these cats. It's like you can't even guarantee you're going to catch it. And it's got to come in a live trap. If you're doing the, because they got two for cats. They have feral cat, a cost for feral cats, and a cost for domesticated cats, housed cats. And if it's a feral cat, you got to come in with it in a live trap. So, you're supposed to live trap this thing the night before? How can you guarantee you're even going to get the cat? So I don't know. I think it's a little bit, but I'm going to have to do it because, to get her fixed anywhere else would probably be at least $200. And this place, Lenawee Humane Society, I know their deposit is $55. I don't know if they're going to charge anything after that. Oh, I wanted to show you this. I think these are the Jerusalem artichokes that you talk about, that you were talking about. I think. I'm not sure. I wonder if I could harvest them right now and find out. I don't know when you're supposed to harvest them. But they did say, like, the roots is what you're supposed to eat, I guess. That you have to cook them and it'll make you sick if you don't cook them. But the roots, supposedly, are edible. I'm out of range of I would look it up, but I'm out of range of the internet. So here is, look at all his grasses. They're coming up. Now here's his other, I haven't gone back there in that backfield to check on where that deer was, to check on that PurpleBud RedBud, because it is just a mess back there. There's so much thistle. It's like clinging to me and scratching me, and So here's a redbud, PurpleBud. Look how good that is. I think that one's doing better than the other one because I think it's more exposed to getting water. There's not as much overhang. And there's the other redbud, PurpleBud. See, they just do so well. All these other trees you need to get, you need to water constantly. Like I got one that's up there that's by the mailbox. It's been, I don't know, 4 years. And it's a little puny thing, first thing. But again, I just used the regular soil that's in the ground to plant it. I didn't put any type of potting soil with any nutrients in it or anything. Yeah, I still got to water that thing. So again, learn my lesson. Compare and contrast. It did so much better when I used the soil amendment or whatever you call it, the bagged soil from the store. Oh, apparently he was trying to get her babies or something. I don't think anything got in here. I think her nest is in the... Yeah, there's nothing in there. Yeah, her nest is in them trees. But apparently, I think that's George. Apparently he was trying to get her babies. But here's, oh man, there's the thistle. I came down here with scissors and I didn't see the thistle right there. And I was like, I thought I saw some thistle. And now I see it. Oh, there she is. Do you see her? She's like, do not film me. Oh, she's gone now. I hear her, but I don't see her. So this is, I believe this is a zebra grass right here. And I think that's miscanthus or whatever. I don't know. I keep saying the word. It's driving me crazy. There's milkweed up there. And there's more of a grass. And instead of going up there, I'm going to come back down here. I think he is up to no good. Look at him. He's doing something bad. And look, she's over there yapping. Because he's over there and she knows he's bad. I've just been taking these and pretty much goofing off all day, every day. But I have been dealing with this. My stomach is still upset from that cyclospora. I don't think my stomach has ever, as of yet, has healed from that. I still, got like kind of loose-ish stools and gassiness. I think that's Taylor. And that's George. And there's StrayCat. Look at his tummy. Look at his saggy tummy. Gravity took a hold of his tum-tum. Now look at this. These pothos right here. I'm not much of a houseplant because I couldn't keep them alive. That's why. So I never learned to appreciate them because I could never keep them alive. But these are these two pothos. Look at the nice pots they're in. I bought these from Homemade Vintage and Decor here in Hudson, Michigan. It's independently owned and operated. She said she took a pot, terracotta, and she made that herself. And this one says the homegrown garden. I'm sure it's probably just I don't know, something she kind of bought and resold or something. I don't know. I don't see a name under it. But what's nice is it's got these little, I just noticed this, it's got these little things in here so the water, you don't have to prop it up, and if you put it in a little tub of water so it could, drink from the bottom, them little holes will let that water in. That's nice, isn't it? And of course, it does have a hole in the bottom for drainage. But support those. So far, so good. Keeping them alive during winter is the problem, though. But I would like to because the pots are so nice. You know, the problem is I don't have, like, it's getting the window is right there that we have the plants, and you see that shade over there, and the sun is that way. Behind me, sorry, you can't see me pointing. Behind me is the sun. So it's not the right window. I think the window should be on this side. The ideal window would be on this side, and we would have no shade there, which we do have shade over there with bushes. There would be no shade over there, and you put that would be the ideal window direction to put your plants in. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. My one that I grew from seed, my cactus. It's an actual cactus. That one made it. Butterfly. It looks like butterfly. That one made it through a winter or two. This is the second or third year of that cactus. I grew it from seed. 2 cactuses I grew from seed. They look like to be the same brand. And, ooh, look at that. Sunflower coming up. Something ate that. Little cabbage or whatever. And so we'll see if I can keep this pothos alive. These are the ones I planted. Are them the ones I planted from seed? I think they are. I think I planted these from seed. The ones that had the little purple flowers on them. And I guess that's what they came to. These, I think they're called plantain. I think they're just regular weeds. Well, weeds to me. This is definitely one of the little purple ones I planted. Remember, they were all in there, and there were too many, and so I split them. But that's not going to happen next year. All these planters are not going to be filled. If he wants to fill them, he's going to have to water them himself. He's complained that his seeds did not sprout, but I didn't say it, but I was thinking, it's like, yeah, because they weren't watered. And I told you I wasn't, I'm thinking, I told you I wasn't going to water them for you. I guess he just thought I would feel bad for him and start doing it. Well, that's not happening anymore. I'm trying to relax. I've just overworked. Even, I'm just constantly finding something to do. I'm trying to stop that. And I'm doing better at it. Doing better. It's not saying, it's like, oh, I have a few minutes. Let me find something to do. No. Doing better at not doing that. It just tore that. Have to patch that up. Sunflower. But maybe if I remember and if I have the energy, I'll do the another thing is my body's starting to break down. So I don't even have like the